And Galactus is something I was very nervous about heading into this film, if I'm totally honest. There's a great many comic book characters who work on comic book panels, same for storylines. They work on panels, they work as comics, but you can transition that to live action, you can transition that into a film, and it does not work. I was very fearful of Galactus being that, and when he was announced for this, when you get the credits of Thunderbolts, I was sat there like, how are you going to do a character like Galactus justice? How do you do that in one film? He's not going to be a big part of a Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. I mean, Doctor Doom's going to be entering that stage. I was like, how do you do Galactus in a one and done in a brand new universe too? And I think they pulled it off. There's not much to him in regards to character development or depth, but I loved the design. I loved seeing him function on screen. How Matt Shackman's shot the scale on this was very reminiscent of someone like a Gareth Edwards. And I don't think some directors could really struggle at doing that, just making someone look big. But you get a sense through the environments, through the performances and the cinematography of how big this individual is, and choosing to use the IMAX just looked superb on so many of Galactus sequences. I've really enjoyed seeing him on screen, and I'm glad they were to bring him on board. It's probably the best you could ever do at putting him in as a villain. You know, he's not going to be a top tier villain people speak about, respectively, like a Thanos or anything like that. But it was a great way to bring him in, and he was still and end up being a very, very credible threat for these characters, for these group of heroes, which is what it should be.